Hey guys, it's Animelover and we're back with another video. I do want to apologize if you hear like construction working or any loud noises. It's because literally behind my house, they're doing construction working because they're making apartments and stuff. And so I apologize if you hear loud noises. I didn't really realize that today they were going to be working because literally for the past 3 days they weren't there. So I was like, oh, today's a perfect day. And then I started hearing it. I'm like, crud, I already planned to record, so I'm still gonna record. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about, this is a weird one, but me and Fangirl, when we were younger, we liked to act or in some way weird role-playing or improv. It was something we did a lot as a kid, and it's a very heavy memory that I remember us doing. And we did basically, like I said, improv, and it was like acting, and it was just us. It was just me and Fangirl, and we would basically go to our living room, and we would just think of a scenario. We would talk it out with one another, getting ideas of, this is what we want to do, this is what I want to do, and we try to maybe mash it together in the planning in the beginning. But there wasn't really a lot of talking or planning, surprisingly. And that's when we would, once we got the idea and all situated, we would literally go, okay, this is the idea, this is what we're going with, and then bam. And then we would just start doing it, and we would do it for hours. You don't understand. If the idea was flowing, man, we were doing a whole story, a whole movie was going on, and we would do that for hours. And it's funny too, because sometimes we would do a pause and ask, is this the direction we want to go, or do we want to rewind and do it again? And then we would do it again if we didn't like a scene, or continue if we did. And God, it was so funny, because it literally felt like us doing a movie and all that. And a lot of the stuff was very original and just random stuff. And might add, we also did voices. We did voice acting kind of stuff as well. We would switch between different voices and all that. And we don't do it as much anymore, because I think now we're just more self-conscious, because it has been so long, because we did when we were in elementary school. And so now it's kind of we're trying to get back into doing the voices and doing all that, but it's a little bit more awkward now, because we just both feel uncomfortable doing it now, but we want to. But it was something that we really enjoyed when we were younger. And the funny thing too was our house was very weirdly shaped, and with how it was weirdly shaped, it was very easy to not see people, and so it made it very easy to want to do it a lot of the times, because we were very, I guess, shy kids, or I guess we were we don't want other people to see us doing this, because not that it was wrong, we weren't doing anything wrong, it was literally just we felt uncomfortable people watching our basically just our little movies we were doing, our little plays we were doing, and it felt awkward to have people watch or listen, and we were just no, go away, because I guess in a way it broke the immersion, and we just didn't want them to break the immersion. And we did that a lot throughout our elementary school years. We mostly did it up until 5th grade, and then we had to move in 5th grade, the end of 5th grade year. And we ended up moving to our second house, and we still kind of did it, but it wasn't as frequent, because now the house was a 2-story, and the living room basically was the biggest room in that whole house. And when you walk out of your room, you basically can hear it, see it, and all that. And it was much harder to do it, and the only time we could do it was when no one was home. And it became where we just didn't do it as much anymore. But instead, we would actually do it now in our room, and we would play with our toys, which we actually did that as well when we were younger. We would basically get our plushies or our little pet shops, and we would just do another story or a thing for it. And that's how we basically have stories, why we want to do a story, a shared story for our little pet shop or plushie kind of thing, because we did develop the characters, we did act with them, so they kind of have personalities, they have roles that we kind of gave them when we were younger, and now we want to, like, make stories off of them. And hell, some of the, like, random role play stuff that we've done, we want to make stories off of. And it's funny to, like, how that it kind of showed me and Fangirl's, like, ability to, like, write and, like, not improv, but think on the spot with things. And it definitely helped with, like, our storytelling, because we would, talk it out, play it out, and then bam, continue that way. And yeah, we mostly did a lot of it in, up until, like, high school, I think, because throughout middle school, we mostly, did the, what's it called? Little pet shops and toys. And we would literally just go to our floor in our room and just play with all of our little pet shops and just do that. And if we were playing with our toys, we would, like, make, like, a pillow fortress and make it look like a hotel, or, like, a blanket fortress. And it's like, yay, there we go. And then we would, like, do it that way. And we kept doing that all the way up to high school. I think, like, freshman year, we kind of, like, slowly stopped because high school started getting a bit more, like, do this, and became more exhausted. But also around, I think, like, what's it called? Second year? Yeah, when we hit junior year, we ended up moving, and now we're at our third house, and basically, we don't do it at all anymore. We don't do the role-playing thing anymore. We don't do the toy role-playing anymore. We just more, like, just draw a game or the normal hobby stuff kind of thing. And honestly, I miss doing it. But I think it was that thing of just not having the time, which made us stop doing it. And honestly, I miss doing it. It was one of those weird things as a kid that we did that I loved doing. And it was something I really want to get back into. Even with how weird or uncomfortable I get now as, like, older kind of with it, but I just want to do it and just see what random thing we'll come up with and just do it all together. Like, no planning, nothing, just going for it and just seeing how that goes. And honestly, it's one of those weird, like I said, I keep saying it's weird, but, like, it kind of was weird because I don't know if anyone else did that as a kid. Or, like, if you did, were you also uncomfortable when people would walk in or, want to, like, kind of watch you and you're just like, no. And honestly, I don't know what else to talk about because I kind of talked about everything that really happened. I can't really remember a lot of I can, but I don't really want to share the experiences, not the experience, but the stories that we have, because a lot of them are going to be, or at least a few of them, are going to be stories that that we will eventually make at some point. And so I want to keep that kind of a secret. I guess the only thing I can really mention is we actually, like, would, a lot of them are original, yes, but there were times where we would do original stuff but with shows, and that was more of the rare things. I think the ones we mostly did was Fairly Odd Parents, Total Drama. What else? Honestly, I think that's mostly the ones we did. Where we would make our own characters and then we would, like, add them in and then yay. And, like, still act as the characters and stuff like that. And we're just like, yeah. And it was really, like, weird. And now we have stories, actually, not the Total Drama one, but more of the, Fairly Odd Parents one. It's more of, like, we took an option from Fairly Odd Parents and now has made it into a shared story, and it's called our Genie's, story. And it follows the same premise of Fairly Odd Parents to an extent. It's still a heavy work in progress story, though. But if you guys ever want a video on us talking about them and us working on them, let us know down in the comments, because we'd love to, like, try to get back into, like, working on it and all that, because, man, fan art has taken over, so I don't work on my OCs as often as I'd like. But, doing these videos, it's fun, because I have to actually use my OCs, and anything that I have. So it makes me actually work on my OCs. So making these videos is definitely great with that. And that's it for this video. If you guys are interested in supporting us, you can always check out our socials or checking out our Patreon, which both of those will be in the description down below. And if you enjoyed this video and enjoy unscripted, rambling, and very unprofessional type of videos, then maybe consider subscribing, liking the video, and commenting, It helps us feel more motivated and wanting us to actually continue to make videos and all that. So if you guys like, you know the drill. So see you in the next one. Bye!